Daylyt. I spoke to him afterwards. I did an interview with him where he was headless the entire time, the same way that he was when he battled you. Were you expecting him to come to the battle headless? And if not, how surprised were you?
No, man, I thought he would rap because, like I said, you can't really prepare and think what's Daylyt gonna do because then he's already won. He's already won. So I just was like, this is what I'm gonna do. This is my plan of attack. I think he'll come and rap. You know what I mean? I think we'll trade bars. I mean, the headless thing is so funny to me, man. Every time I see it, I chuckle, man. Like, the hilarity of it, it's like, it's clearly a white headless dude. Like, you know what I mean? Which is so ridiculous. Like, the neck is like a white dude's neck. Like, and he's just rocking it. That shit leans me, man. I wasn't even mad at it. Like that, I didn't even know because it wasn't headless at first. He had like the big veil or whatever it was. So I thought that shit was funny, man. I wasn't even mad at it, man.
Well, before he dropped his pants and went to the bathroom or tried to go to the bathroom, he told me, I believe, that he was freestyling and fans started booing. Did you think that whatever he was spitting was worthy of boos, or were fans just kind of, maybe a little bit tired of the antics and the costume?
Well, what was crazy, man, is first of all, his rounds. First round was like 20 minutes long. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally like 20 minutes. So I think, but it was amazing how he got booed in the first, and then he started rapping in the second and brought the crowd back, man. That's a skill level. You know what I mean? Like, that to me is my favorite aspect of Daylyt, is when he's rapping, doing some aggressive rapping, and he was kicking it and brought the crowd back. I think that their line of patience, though, at that point seemed very thin. So it's almost like every bar he spit had to be a home run bar, or else they were going to continue to heckle, and you know what I'm saying? So I think in the third round, it got, the heckling became a bit much for him. But, I mean, that's what he does, you know what I mean? Like, he was doing some rapping, doing some bars, switching it up. There was times when the crowd was rocking with him. And then, like I said, I think as it got longer, it was like every bar better be ether or we're just going to rain boos again. You know what I mean?
Just tell me, what was your initial reaction when you saw him pull his pants down, pop a squat, and try to drop feces on the stage?
Well, the first thing, it was weird because he was out there and he was doing his thing, you know what I mean? And obviously, when somebody's in costume and they're clearly, doing more of a showman type thing, it makes delivering on your end a little bit more difficult, you know what I'm saying? So in his third round, I guess it was, when he was rapping and people were just yelling stuff and just really, really, really going at it. I could sense that he was just like, all right, man, I'm gonna put a stop to this. So when he said the boo-boo thing, I was like, look, man, I know if there's one battler in the game I know don't bullshit, it's this dude. So of course he said, you boo me 2 more times, and then the boos rained down. And he said, man, I just said if you boo me, they booed again. As soon as his hands went in that kind of drop pants motion, like the thumbs cupped the back of the jeans, I said, phew, bam, down the little ramp where I said, I already know. So the hilarity is, man, like, he was really authentically gonna shit. Like, he was working out the kinks, like, you know what I mean? Like, and the funniest part is the battle before, my homie Rone was on stage with a beer, and someone very innocently bumped him and tipped the beer. And they flipped their shit, the management, security. They said, man, we're gonna shut this down. There's beer on the stage. Like, it was a plastic cup. It was an accident. Like, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, $9 beer. They're like, no, this is why we didn't want to bring this shit. And everyone's like, yo, it was a beer. We'll clean it up. You know what I'm saying? So then the very next battle, after we're like, dude, it's not like that. Everything's cool. We got somebody trying to shit on the stage. So I think that was like, and they reacted quicker to the beer than they did to the shit. Like, when the beer, as soon as the cup hit the ground, the beer, boom, they was on it. You know what I mean? Like fucking Baywatch lifeguards or something. When Daylyt starts to cop a squat, they just sat there in amazement, like flabbergasted and shit. Like, is dude really gonna take a shit? And then like 15 seconds, Daylyt got a cramp in his leg. So then they ran out and they finally grabbed him up. But it was, man, their reaction was slow, man.
Did you see like the footage of him outside when they locked him out the gate and they wouldn't let him back in?
I saw some of it, and I did think they would throw him out just because of how pissed they were about the beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're gonna get this pissed about a beer, then the fact that someone's trying to like shit on your stage, they're gonna throw him out. So when they put him out, I was just trying to make sure, like, you know, obviously that it wasn't gonna be no legal thing, like nobody was gonna cuff him and take him or nothing like that. So once I seen they was pretty much like, get out of here, I was like, all right, he's cool. You know what I mean? He'll be all right. He'll be straight. So yeah, I caught a little bit of the stuff behind the gate, and it was entertaining for sure.
Were you upset that you didn't get to spit your third round?
To be honest with you, man, I wasn't, because the battle, you know, sometimes when I deliver stuff and how I have stuff, you know, there's different feels and different emotions. And, you know, when you got somebody that's obviously headless and, you know, clearly their mind isn't, you know, they're doing other things, like, it kind of took away from the battle anyway. And I had been battle rapped out at that point, man. It was like my 4th battle in a month. So I did have a third. And then once he got pulled, they were like, you want to just kick your third anyway? I'm like, nah, man, I'm not, you know, I'm good on that. So I think as the battle went on, obviously he was kind of just addressing the crowd. It lost kind of, you know what I mean, some of its luster.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he told me that after, outside of the gate, that the owner of the venue came out and called him the N-word and was throwing racial slurs at him. Do you think that that was true, or do you think that that was part of the Daylyt troll package?
I wouldn't, you know what, man? Like I said, I wouldn't doubt it, man. I'll be 100 with you. When the beer thing happened, as much as I laugh about it now, they were kind of dicks about it, man. Like, they were dicks. Like, it was a styrofoam, not a styrofoam, like a plastic cup. It was a clear-cut bump of the elbow, and they were like, you know, and I tried to tell myself, I'm going to be rapping. He said, you might not be. Get off the stage. Like, they was just real, you know what I mean, uptight. So I wouldn't put it past him, man, that he walked over and said some shit that was, you know what I mean. I didn't hear it personally, so I could not say that. But yeah, man, just by the way they acted, their abrasiveness towards hosting rap in general, and then when the beer hit the ground, like, you know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Okay. Well, Daylyt, this is the second time that he's done something wild against a Dot Mob member. Obviously, a total slaughter when he battled Rex. He dressed as Spawn and then he stripped naked. And now with you, he was headless and then he tried to, you know, go to the bathroom on stage. Do you think that he kind of consciously makes a decision where it's like, you know what, I'm going to try to sacrifice myself so that, you know, I don't have to like go at it too competitively with a fellow Dot Mob member?
Yeah, I think that's probably part of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, originally it was supposed to be me and KG. For some reason, KG couldn't do it, so they hollered at Daylyt. And he was like, you know what? I'll do it. You know what I mean? And my theory is, it's not like I was like, oh, I'm just going to go and kick some nonsense, because you don't know what Daylight's going to do. I'm not going to go out there, you know what I mean? And you don't know Daylight's train of thought. He could kick the illest shit ever. Like, if I go out and bullshit and he kills me, and then he's more on some like, yo, I just wanted to teach you a lesson. You always got to be ready. You know what I mean? That's Daylyt. He's a trip, man. So I think that is definitely part of it. I think it doesn't get you as motivated to go against somebody in the same crew or somebody that you're real cool with. And I've had to do that, obviously, with people in the same crew, people I've been cool with. So, yeah, I think that definitely plays a role in it for sure.
Do you think that his antics are played out?
As long as he keeps them fresh, man, here's the way I feel about it, man. Daylyt is one of the only original people in battle rapping left. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd say percentage-wise, I mean, you're going to look for Daylyt. I'm not saying that everything he does, I'm like, oh, that was great, I love it, whatever. But he also doesn't do this shit for me. You know what I mean? And the thing is, the leagues in these places, they want that from Daylyt. They just, I think a lot of them want to control it. And you don't control Daylyt. You know what I mean? That's the beauty of it. He holds the fucking card. So you go, I'm going to book Daylyt for a battle. I want him to rap. But in the back of your mind, like, I hope he dressed. What if he comes in a fucking Batmobile? You want it to a small extent, right? But you be like, then he goes and shits on the stage or whatever. Now you trying to be mad at him? Like, fuck no. So it's not, like I said, man, I'd rather the shit that Daylyt does than this word stretched bullshit going on in the million people trying to emulate their favorites. You know what I mean? So I don't love every antic. I don't understand every antic, but hey, man, like he's ascended farther in a short span than any other battler I can think of, because Daylyt's been around. He was in grind time. And he was just rapping, showing up and rapping street shit. And, you know, he wasn't getting the reception he felt he deserved. So, you know what I mean? He reinvented himself. And, man, he in Snoop's league and on TV. And, you know what I'm saying? He putting out super crisp, high-quality videos. He's doing his thing, man. Like I said, I might not be 100% like, okay, I would have said that or I would have done it. But he's definitely keeps people checking for him. And in the same sense, he does an antic, then the next battle he raps. Now people remember that he can rap.
He's also been taking on this angle, especially away from, you know, the battles, where he's been online a lot, playing with this very homosexual image of himself, where he's been tweeting all of these explicit things he wants to do to men. When I did an interview with him, he was talking about how he wants to have sex with P. Diddy and all this other stuff. Do you think that he's going overboard with that?
I don't yet know the method to that madness. You know what I'm saying? Because Daylyt, I don't understand. Like, I see, you know, Daylyt on social media, and he got a lot of, you know, girls that are fans. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't understand it. Like, and obviously I don't think that he, you know what I mean? But I'm thinking maybe there's some kind of main thing to it. I don't fully understand it. But I think it's part of kind of maybe even fucking with the homophobicness of hip hop. You know what I mean? Just like I just seen a Pat Stay Rone battle, and the shit was absolutely hilarious. Like, I could say that as a heterosexual male, the shit was insanely funny. And you read some of the comments, yeah, man, and you read some of the, and clearly they're just joking, it's funny. You read some of the comments, they're like, these are faggots, rah, rah, rah. It's like, yo, man, like, you know what I'm saying? So maybe Daylyt's just trying to, like, fuck with those people, you know what I'm saying? But I don't fully understand it. I wouldn't do it, but